And this is a problem that owners have a real hard time wrapping their minds around. Dogs reinforce, believe it, they self-reinforce for things that work for them. So if he can escape or avoid consequence, he's out in the yard playing, you call him to come to you and he refuses to come to you. You have no way of controlling that outcome, and he's reinforced for that behavior. So then the next time you call him to come to you, and all of a sudden he's like, I don't have to. And all of a sudden you've created this cycle. You call him to come, he runs away. So the least amount of thing that you have on him when he's outside, what is going on with you? Does that bother you? We'll have to fix that. That's not allowed to bother you. You're not dying. Good. But in a situation where you have him outside running around, he's either running on a drag line so that you can stop and control that behavior. You call him to come, you can at least step on the end of a 15-foot leash and make him come to you. With the e-collar, he's either running the e-collar with a drag line or something, so that way you can control that behavior. He had a penchant for, being like, I like you fine, but, that squirrel or that dog is more interesting. And in a situation where we've got him, he's got a pretty reliable recall now within the confines of space or on a leash. Again, 2 weeks is not sufficient time to harden these behaviors. So what we do is supply him with enough information where he realizes he will always be rewarded for coming, okay? But if he refuses, he will always be forced to come. Whether we're using a leash and collar to do it, or the e-collar, or a combination of all of the above. When we use the e-collar, this has 100 settings, okay? He's on a 9, okay? Which I can't even feel. Leave it.
What is the distance?
I think this is a half mile or 3/4 mile range.
Wow.
Okay, and basically it doesn't have the same pass effect through like wood door or cinder block and stuff like that. But if you're direct line of sight, it's from here to that house, easy.
Oh my gosh, that's
Okay.
tremendous. My farm isn't that wide. I mean,
Yeah, but
maybe
still,
out of it by then.
But the thing is basically it's just enough of an impetus to get the dog to understand that he cannot escape the consequence for refusal. What people don't understand is we don't say sit and then fry him for not sitting. We're applying that pressure continually until he sits. So when I call him, now he's going to hop to relatively quickly, I think. Kit, here. Good.
So you just kept pushing the button?
Sit. I tap it until I get behavior. Tapping doesn't end until I acquire the behavior. Good boy. And then I reinforce him, give him a cookie, something that lets him know, okay, you did a great job. All right? So what he does, what happens is they learn to move ahead of that. All right? Now, basically, again, this is something owners have a real hard time with. It's not how much pressure you apply, it's when you apply the pressure. So when we introduce a behavior, when I'm calling him to come to me, here, good, very nice. I'm applying that pressure continuously. That way, in order to escape that pressure, he has to move, right? When we start proofing the behavior, or actually putting it on cue, what we're going to do is tap at the same time we give the command, count. Good, sit. Good. In order to get him to move, okay? So what he did was avoid more pressure by moving ahead of it. He hit it, went to the table, sat there, life was good. And I paid him off. Whoa, all right, good job. So now, when we go to proof the behavior, what we would do is give the command without the tap, and then if he refuses, we tap him until we get the behavior. So it's not about changing the level of pressure, it's about when you apply the pressure. Makes sense? So it's not, beat him up, it's not light him up like Hoover Dam because they refuse to do something. It's about applying the pressure until you get him to move. Okay.